Hello, welcome to my channel and thank you for tuning into this video. Today I'm going to be doing this makeup look, which is a look that I based around the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Carnival lipstick. So I've done one other video like this before where I based a look around Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Dragon lipstick, and I've decided to make a little bit of a series of these lipstick inspired looks. And for today's with Velvet Carnival, my thinking was kind of to go for a bit of a monochromatic look, and just thinking of the color itself and the name, the idea of a carnival, I really wanted to go, quite bright and sparkly, glittery. So with that in mind, if you'd like to see me create this look, just keep on watching. Now I have foundation on already, so I'm going to start with the eyes. I don't have any concealer or powder or anything because I'm going to be using some sparkly, glittery things on my eyes. So in case there's fallout, I just want to save the concealer for after so we can clean any of that fallout up if necessary. So I'm just going to start with the eyes. I'm going to be using this Dior Pink Corolle palette, and I think this is just so beautiful, and I wanted to go for a kind of monochromatic type look with this Velvet Carnival lipstick. So I thought all of these pinky tones would just be really perfect for what I want to try to achieve here. So let's get started with these eyes. Now that the eyes are done, it's time to move on to the face. So I'm going to put a little bit of bronzer on. And for my bronzer, I'm going to use the one that's in this Charlotte Tilbury palette that came out quite a while ago. This bronzer here, it's quite sheer. So I think it's going to be good for this look, just to give a little tiny bit of sculpting to the face, but not too much. And this brush is really good for this bronzer. I haven't really been able to use this bronzer much before because it's a baked gelée formula, and it's very, I find it very hard to pick up with most brushes. This is the Sonia G Sculpt 2, which is a new addition to my brush collection, and it's absolutely wonderful for this type of a formula. So, and the shape is so good for doing like a contouring type of bronze and getting like in behind the chin, and it's just really, really good. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so I haven't done the concealer yet either, so I'm just going to throw a little bit of concealer on. This is the Pat McGrath in shade L1, and I think I'm only going to put just a little bit under my eyes, just to brighten things up a little bit there. And I did get a bit of glitter fallout, so I'm just kind of wiping that off as I catch it. And I'll put a little bit on the nose, mostly down the middle here. So I'm just going to use that concealer also to kind of help clean up around the edge of the eyes. And I'll put the excess around the corners of my mouth because I find that really helps to lift the lips and to keep your lipstick looking a little bit better. And since this is a lipstick based look, I want my lipstick to look as good as it possibly can. And I'm just going to pat this out with my fingers a little bit. And I think I'll actually go get a little sponge too. Just make sure all of that concealer is blended in, so I'll be right back. Alright, so my concealer is all blended out, and I've thrown on a little bit of loose powder just to set it down a bit. And now I'm going to move on to blush. So I am going to, as I did with my Velvet Dragon look, I'm going to use a little bit of the lipstick itself as a bit of a cream blush to kind of be my base for my blush here. And I'm just going to use this synthetic brush that I like to use for cream blushes and just get a nice little base of that color down, because again, it just helps to tie everything together when you have a little bit of your lipstick color on your cheeks as well. And I always like to put a little bit up on my temples, tiny bit across the nose, and on the chin too. Okay. So I'm trying to decide whether to do my powder blush next or my highlighter. I think I'll do my powder blush. So I'm going to use this Sisley Orchidee Rose number 2 blush. This is a really beautiful blush. It's way overpriced, but there's something about it that it makes it's my favorite blush, I think. Gives such a nice sort of glow along with the color. Okay, I think that's good for the blush for now. And time for highlight. So for highlight, I want to use a combination of a couple things. So I'm going to use this Nudestix Illumi-Naughty because I like the texture of a cream blush, but this one is especially good, I think, because it has, can you see, it has a bit of a pink shift to it. So I think it'll go nicely with this look that I'm going for here, where I'm kind of going for a bit of a monochromatic effect. So I'm just gonna take my finger in that and I will pat that right on. And sort of, again, like with the Velvet Dragon look, I also used a cream blush, or a cream highlight there, because I do think there's a lot going on with this look, especially when you add the lipstick in. And cream blush just has a nice little skin-like effect to it. Although I am planning to put glitter on over it, so that's not going to be very skin-like, but anyway, this is the Velvet Carnival look, so we're gonna go big or go home here. Now I want to give that highlight just a second to kind of sink in a little bit to the skin. It doesn't really set down, this formula, I don't think, but anyway, I'll just give it some time to sink in before I add my glitter on top of it. So now I'm going to put the lip on. So here's Velvet Carnival. It's a really, really gorgeous color. I think I mentioned in my video where I lip swatched all of the new shades of the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks for this year. I mentioned that I didn't order this one at first because I didn't think it was a color that I would really wear. And then I ended up placing another order, which included this one. And it's actually one of my favorites. So I'm really happy that I got it. So there is the lipstick on. Now I like to sort of apply a thin layer first and kind of pat it out with my fingers, and then I tap some more on top, and then I sort of cleaned up around the edges of my mouth as well. I have some left on my finger, so I'm just going to do a little blush top up. I love blush, so the more the merrier for that. Just blending that in. And I think the last step that I want to do is to put the glitter highlight. So I'm going to use the same thing that I used on my eyes, this Natasha Denona palette. And again, the same sort of glittery shade down there. Pat a little bit of this on top of the other highlight, and I think I'm just going to focus it right here. I'll put a little bit on my Cupid's bow. All right, so here is the finished Velvet Carnival look. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am planning to make this a bit of a series, so where I'll have different makeup looks based around and sort of inspired by different lip colors. So I've done the Velvet Dragon one already. This is the second one with the Velvet Carnival. If you have any requests for looks based around different lipsticks, just let me know down below in the comments. And it doesn't just have to be a Lisa Eldridge lipstick either, but I'm definitely planning to do several with the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. So I think that's about it. If you have any other questions or comments, please leave those down below. If you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. And thanks again so much for watching. Take care. Bye.